Earlier this year, my YouTube channel got hit with a invalid traffic ban. Now, what that means is you get a notification from YouTube saying, hey, we've detected some invalid traffic. And what they do is they then start placing restrictions on your channel. Now, the restrictions they impose are they stop running ads on your YouTube channel, which means you stop earning advertising revenue. Now, that happened to me very quickly, and I saw my ad revenue drop a whopping 82% within a month. It literally fell off a cliff. Now, I was able to get a resolution to my situation. So make sure you watch this full video because I'm going to take you through step by step the processes that I took and showing you the outcome as well. Now, when I say I was one of the lucky ones, since my incident happened on my channel earlier in the year, there seems to now be an explosion of this happening to people all over YouTube. And from what I gathered, the vast majority of them aren't getting much resolution or luck in having it fixed at all. So let's dive into some live screen action. I'm going to show you and explain to you the steps that I took, some of the emails going back and forth with YouTube. I'm going to show you my ad revenue dropping off a cliff. I'm going to show you the resolution as well. And I would love to hear feedback from you if you're having the same situation as well. So make sure you leave me a comment below. So here we are on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And this is the pop-up that I got appearing on my YouTube channel back towards the start of the year. It says, ads have been limited on one of your videos due to invalid traffic. So that took me back to my channel, and I was trying to go through some videos to see whether I could find anything that would, resemble, invalid traffic or a reason why. Because when I went into my YouTube ad earnings and the analytics, you could see that the ad revenues that I was earning towards the start of January or at the start of January literally fell off a cliff. And I did the numbers, and it was about 82% down literally overnight. And that issue went on for months and months and months, 3 or 4 months. And back in the time then, there wasn't really any information online, not like now where there's some videos and like the one I'm doing, trying to explain and dig into, the issue and try and find the reason why. So it became, concerning for me very, very quickly. So what I did do, I went to the help button over here on the left-hand side and I clicked that. And then this pop-up box here, and I scrolled down the bottom and I clicked on Contact Us. And then a further pop-up appeared, and I was able to start engaging with an online person or AI-generated responses. I wasn't quite sure, but at least I started getting some dialogue happening. But the responses to my questions asking for information, they just didn't really seem to get anywhere. I seemed to be going around and around in circles. The responses were cookie cutter, almost maybe AI generated responses on, they've detected invalid traffic and I should be checking that I'm not doing this and this and this. And no matter how, much I pleaded my case, I hadn't been doing any of the issues that they were suggesting. It just kept going around and around in circles, and they kept referring me back to some legal documents and things like that. And months went by and I was still getting no response. So I went back to that online chat button that I just showed you. And once again, pretty much went through the same process of trying to plead my case and getting these responses. But I did get a bit of a breakthrough. And the breakthrough was I actually then got sent an email from someone there at YouTube support. But again, it just seemed to have the same type of information. I should be checking I'm not doing this and this and this. And I said, well, look, I'm not doing any of this and this and this. And it's been going on for months and months and months. Now, they did actually say the impact of your channel's revenue is indeed observable. There we go. And I really wish there was another way out of this situation. So, the end result was, they just said, look, Mark, you're just going to have to wait it out. And I said, okay, well, if there's nothing more that I can do, there's nothing more that I can do. But, I wasn't, overly happy with that. So I started to do some digging myself as well to maybe find out why, this pop-up might have occurred and why, I was now had this invalid traffic ban. So I was scrolling through all of my videos to try and see whether there was, anything that was out of the ordinary. And I did come across one particular video that had done quite well in a short period of time. And it's this particular video here, create polls instantly on Facebook Messenger. So I clicked on this and I went through to the analytics of this video. And I noticed, early on the video, wasn't getting too many views, like, can happen on a YouTube channel. But then it, took on an upward trajectory, and it's continued ever since. So I started digging around a little bit more on this particular video to try and find why, because maybe this was the reason that they've identified some invalid traffic. So I clicked on some of the other analytic buttons, and I clicked on the reach, and I found 96% of all views currently from this video are coming from an external source. And I thought, that's a bit interesting. I clicked on engagement. There wasn't too much information there, but it was when I clicked on this audience tab that I had a bit of an aha moment. Now, the aha moment was that the vast majority of my views on this particular video were coming from the Philippines. Now, normally the Philippines might give me 1% of all views on my video. I normally have, the United States 25%, UK 10, Canada 5 to 10, Australia 5 to 10, and India. So, but the Philippines rarely ever, ranks, more than 1%. So this particular video, for some reason, is getting 30 odd, and at that stage earlier in the years, it was 40% of views coming out of the Philippines on this particular video. So I started to think, well, look, maybe it's this particular video has been embedded in a website somewhere within the Philippines, and that's why the views initially weren't many. It might have been embedded in a website somewhere or in a blog article, and it started gaining lots and lots of views. So then maybe the YouTube algorithm or the YouTube system started picking up on that, hence why they slapped me with that invalid traffic ban. So I went back online trying to find information, and while there are now lots of videos on this topic, because this issue is now becoming a huge issue online, back earlier in the year, there was no videos on this topic trying to explain, why and how we've been getting hit with this invalid traffic ban. And the last email correspondence I had with someone at YouTube was from myself. I then said, okay, then maybe I suppose I just need to wait, sit it out and wait. So eventually my YouTube ad earnings did bounce back, and you can see around about April and May this year, or the end of April, early May this year, they jumped straight back up again. So as quickly as they dropped, they bounced straight back up again for no particular reason. Maybe the email exchanges that I did have with YouTube, maybe this did help. I'm not quite sure. Some people, haven't been as lucky as me to actually have some correspondence. Most people, and I've been reading with some of the other videos online and the forums and things like that, most people haven't been successful in seeing their ad revenue jump back. I had some exchange yesterday with someone. They've been going 9 months and their ad revenue is down 90%, and it still hasn't been resolved. My thoughts, and I suppose my theory on why it might have happened to me with this video in the Philippines, I haven't had confirmation that is the case. Some people have told me, Mark, that's possible, but others have said, Mark, no, they've got embedded videos, and they don't think that's the reason anyway. So who really knows in the end? But I did get the resolution. My invalid traffic ban seems to have lifted around about May this year. My ad revenue did pop back to normal or a little bit below. And since then, there seems to be lots and lots of extra videos on the topic explaining the reason why. As a tip, this is a very good video that you could watch as well from YouTube Strategy. It's an English gentleman, and he's got some great content as well on the topic. So after all of that, I'm really none the wiser why I got, the initial invalid traffic ban. I'm none the wiser in regard to why it was lifted in the end. Maybe it was just about you having to wait it out. But what I want you to do is go to the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Has your channel been hit by an invalid traffic ban? How long did the ban last for? Has it been resolved? Equally, did you have some email exchanges? I think the YouTube community, we're all trying to work together on this to find out why. So go to the comments, let me know your thoughts, let me know where you're tuning in from around the world. I do reply to all of my comments. It's one of the things that I've pride myself on doing here on my YouTube channel. As I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that button. If you're watching this on one of my other socials, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, let me know where you're tuning in from around the world.